Hey, Trackies. Good evening, good night. Listen, I'm trying to not have this stream for too long, but yeah, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm emotional, I'm everything in one tonight. I am really, really, really happy. So I'm not my what did I have on the last stream? An annoyed itch. So I'm not having that annoyed itch tonight, that's for sure. I am so happy, so excited. I'm just over the moon. From the beginning of the meet, I've just been happy, proud seeing our Jamaicans go out and represent. In the early part of the meet, the weather, caused a little bit of damper, but hey Denisha, what's good? What's good? I'm actually having a slight headache. But you know what? We're gonna push through. We're gonna push through tonight, and we're gonna have some fun. So let's talk. Let's just jump straight into the meet. I would say it was a resounding success, despite, the pullouts, that kind of dampened the meet. And we saw a lot, when the meet started, a host of other folks pulled out. But I still think it was a really, really good meet. I really had fun. As I said, I ended up emotional a lot through the whole meet, and that really surprised me. Well then again, maybe not because I'm Bali Bali. I'm Bali Bali, but you know what? I enjoyed. I really, really enjoyed it. So let's just jump into the beginning. And I'll just take it from the top and come straight down. Or should I start with Shericka? Yeah, maybe I'll start with. All right, you know what? Let me start with the end of the meet and then take it back. Okay. So let's start with Noah Lyles. What a fantastic run. You know what? His start. Okay. Maybe if he was running against a more competitive field, I would maybe get to see a bit more insight on his start. Based on what I saw, his start looked really good. He had an even start with the field, but I'm thinking if the field was stronger, maybe it wouldn't look that way. But his final 50 was ridiculous, and it kind of just drives home the point that I said, that I don't see anybody remotely close to him this season as it relates to challenging him at all over that 200 meters. And this race just kind of drove that home. I don't see anybody that's going to challenge him. Really, really fantastic run. 19.67, his second 200 meters so far this season. I mean, come on, trackies. That was amazing. Fantastic. Brilliant. Let me get into some other results here, because honestly, to how him blow at the field, I wasn't even looking I wasn't even looking at anybody else. All I could see was no Lyles. So Noah Lyles, of course, won, as I said, in it's a meeting record as well, 19.67 seconds. That's a season's best for him. As you know, he has a personal best of 19.31 seconds. So this is a really fantastic run for him. Zarnil Hughes ran a season's best of 20.14 seconds for second, and Rashid Dwyer came in third in 20.53 seconds. And just a shout out to the youngster, Adrian Kerr, running a season's best of 20.95 seconds to finish sixth. Trackies. Is it? I don't know if this is a thing. But I just wanted to mention it. Are we calling the Great Britain at least English at least now? I just want to confirm, because I'm looking at this list in here and I noticed I'm seeing England, and I don't know if it's just on this thing or is it overall that we'll be referring to them as English athletes going forward. So I just wanted to confirm that with everybody if they noticed that, and if anybody had any information on it. But great, great, great run from Noah Lyles. I enjoyed his performance in that race. All right, so track is on and now comments. What is going on? I thought I'd be coming back over here, seeing some comments that I can respond to. Look here, I'm gonna try going in the comment section and get lively for me, please. Thank you. All right, so Denisha, of course, showing up. Yeah, it was a definite, it was a good meet for sure. Yeah, Shericka looking good. But I'm gonna take it from again race by race. Since nobody commented on Noah's race, let's just move on to Shericka's race. And by the time I come back on my screen, I expect to see some comments. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, and before I do that, please remember to like the stream. I didn't even put in my links for y'all to click on. But I'll do that in a bit. But anyway, let's jump into Shericka in that women's 100 meters. Wow. Let me tell you something. You saw me chat. You saw me chat. Me no want hear nobody tell me say may chat foolishness, or I don't know what I'm saying, or has said cold fat, or I'm emotional, or this, that, has said cold fat. Last season, I said to y'all, Shericka's start is much better. And I think people are comparing Shericka's start to a Shelly. Shelly is an anomaly. She out there by herself in a one different league with her start. That's her thing. Shericka Jackson from last season, I peeped it. I said from the indoors, she was working on her start from then. But we saw post indoors even before, she got up to, trials where she ran 10 sevens, and then going into the world championships. I pointed it out and I said, even those races that she was losing, I said, peep her start. Look at her start. Her start is fantastic. So by the time, she starts to peak, what do you think is going to happen when her top end speed kicks in now and everything just comes together? What do you think is going to happen? Look at the start that Shericka had this evening. Chuckies, did you see that start? As far as I'm concerned, to hold Shericka pop out of the blocks, I swear to you, I thought she was going to fall over. She literally just popped right out and she was ahead from the get-go. I'm like, wow. Now, if you cross-reference that with athletes that you would say, have good starts as well, you saw Campbell Nelson in lane one, getting out good, but Shericka was still ahead of her. And I thought to myself, damn, what time am I gonna see? What time am I gonna see? What time am I gonna see? I called 10:75 before the race. So I was just looking forward to, what type of race, what type of time would I see? I thought midway, like her pickup, and that's a part of her race that I think I've been talking about where I think she can improve. That little pickup segment there took a bit to happen. However, she just accelerated out, and I thought she was going so fast that I don't know if you saw her shouting the race. I think the commentators were saying she was shouting for joy. I don't know if I don't think it looked like that. I think she was just going so fast that she was kind of overcome by her own speed kind of thing, and she was just trying to control herself. But you know, the time 10.78 with everything that I'm looking at, so much room for improvement as well. Knowing that by the time trials comes around, she's gonna be much faster. And I don't think call me crazy, but I don't think Steven is probably going to pick her for trials, because I don't think they need to. They just need to qualify, and as far as I'm concerned, she just needs to turn up, and she has qualified. So strangely enough, I'm getting the vibe that she's not going to peak for trials. So the Shericka that we're seeing now, even though trials is like a few weeks away, and we're saying, oh, okay, what can she cut it down to by trials? I don't even think that is important. My mind is going, what will they be able to cut it down to for world championships? That's my thought process. So mid 10.7. She ended up with a 10.79, sorry. So I mean, that was pretty spot on, I would say, in my mind. I think I was pretty spot on. But yeah, it was a really, really fantastic run by Shericka. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I love their start even more. And the reason why I'm harping on her start is because I remember last season. I remember last season when I was watching her starts, and she was losing races all the way up to trials. Don't forget, she was losing races all the way up to trials. So if I use that same Shericka and I mirror it with what's happening now, and she's already running 10.78, and the start looks so much better, I'm just going, my mind is being blown right now as it relates to the possibilities. What can she get down to? And I'm praying for that 10.6. I'm hoping she gets down into that 10.6 range, under perfect conditions, perfect execution. I'm hoping it happens. But from what I'm seeing now, I definitely see it happening. I definitely see it happening more than ever before. But let me just get into the rest of the results in the race, because other people are in the race as well. Anthony Strong finished second in a time of 10.99 seconds. That's a season's best for her. Shashalib Forbes was third in 11.07 seconds. I was happy seeing her come third, because I remember in her previous race where she pulled up. So I was happy seeing that she finished third in such a really good time. Means that Whatever happened in the previous race was just something she brushed off and she came again. So I'm happy for that. Kemba Nelson as well finished fourth in 11.10 seconds. That's a season's best for her. And Ashanti Moore was fifth in also that 11.10 seconds. They were separated down to the thousandth of a second. And then the rest. Natasha Morrison. Oh, 11.22. Didn't like her last race, not liking this race. I'm not sure what is happening with Natasha, but I liked what was happening before the last two races, which is this one and the one before. Hopefully things can, come back around for her. But fantastic run by all these ladies. What did I have before as the race? I think I had Shericka, Antonique. I had Tina. Tina is not there. She didn't run. I think I had Celia Bronze, then Sasha Lee Forbes. That's what I had, I think, before. So, this is a pretty good call, I think, by me in this race. So let me take your comments now. Let me hear what you all have to say as it relates to the event. All right, let's start up at the top. Let me scroll back up. Bebas, of course, said Shericka looked good. Yes, she looks so good, but I'm most, as I said, impressed by her start. To me, her start is the most important factor in anything else that happened in this race. Because again, remember, she's not peaked yet. So if the start looks like this, and then they start to shed whatever needs to be shed to get faster, yeah, what's going to happen? And actually, looking at that start, if I should compare Kemba to a Brianna Williams, they pretty much get out good. In the sense that they get out comparable to possibly a Shelly. So if I'm looking at Shericka right now and she got out looking better than Kemba, who has a good start regardless of however the rest of her race happens, or whatever execution happens in the rest of the race, are we looking at a Shericka that can possibly contend with Shelly out of the blocks? And I mean, going through that dry phase, is that a possibility, Trackies? I'm really, really wondering right now. The more I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking back to, I'm gonna have to watch the race again. I'm gonna watch the race a few more times, but that thought just popped in my brain. Let me know what you think. Kwesi, you just got in the meet done, but it was a really, really good meet. The rain fell. We had to wait a bit, but it started on time, ended on time. Great meet. Yeah, you missed everything. You're just gonna have to go. I don't know who I gonna put up them the race upon YouTube still, cause TVJ out for people. But you're just gonna have to see if you can catch the replays on some place. But they were really, really good. Maybe Twitter. If you go over Twitter, you're probably able to see the races. Shericka looked great. She delivered looked smooth and easy. Yes, for sure. Rocky Hill, I'll get to that. I will get to that 1089. My God, we're talking about racers right now. Yeah, I called it 10-7s. 10-7s happen. I was looking for a mid 10-7. I said world lead in my video, but I'll take that 10-79. And when I unpack everything in my brain as it relates to me contemplating whether or not they will pick her for trials, I'm now starting to have even greater expectations from, Shericka seeing this run. You know what I mean? Yeah, her start is crazy. Her start has improved drastically. And now I'm having crazy thoughts, as I said. Y'all know I'm I get hyperactive when it comes to track and field. A little crazy sometimes, but yeah. It's a good look. I soon get to the men's 100-meter data. I'm taking it from the last event back down to the beginning. I'm not even gonna try to figure out if it's called British or English. Yeah, because usually you'd see GBR, Great Britain, and now I'm seeing England. So I'm wondering if something is happening there. That's why I asked the question. Which race running now? Race them done. Noah Lyles was the last race. Fantastic run by him, 19.67 seconds to win the 200 meters. Fantastic. I'll get to Brenna's race after this. Ricardo, I'm taking it race by race. Brenton, the race them done. Meet done. If you pass 10 p.m., I'm out. Look here, it's 15 minutes to 10 p.m. I have things planned tomorrow. I know when you're gone, then I understand. Actually, her time was 10:78. Let me go back and look at the official results because I know it was 10:78 and then they rounded it to 10:79. So let me look. Let me go back and look. So I'm not talking madness. Okay, it's 10:78. Apologies. 10:78. Even better. Even better. Um, I'll get to Brian in a moment. Are we talking about Shericka Hill? When you said Hill, we'll get to those races. Don Patrick. We can't manage. Where is Tina? I don't know. I heard them saying throughout the meet that a lot of them pulled out as a precautionary measure because of the weather. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, but I'm putting behind my annoyed niggle behind me because I'm so happy with what the results I saw today. So I don't really want to harp on the fact that they didn't turn up. They didn't turn up. It is what it is. I'm moving forward. I'm so disappointed in the events. Which events are you disappointed in? Yes, my predictions were close. I said Shericka and Anthony top two. Yeah. That's how it looked based on, what they were running since season. So it was nice to see, it played out to form. If Shericka get out of the blocks with Shelly, then Shelly lose because she can't survive Shericka's top end speed. If it is was Shelly off yesteryear, maybe 20 everything before the 2021 Shelly, I would probably agree with you. But this current Shirley has fixed her top end issue. So I don't necessarily think Shirley loses just like that. I just think it's gonna be a dog fight. Like they're gonna be fighting tooth and nail for that win. And again, trackies, let me point out, remember I was saying Shelly and Fraser Price does not want to run against these athletes because, especially these female, well, obviously she's a female, run against females, but I'm saying run against these top female athletes because they're using her as a rabbit. Now, looking at Shericka's start, I'm sure they don't want to be testing Elite don't want them to be testing Shericka against Shelly before World Championships. I'm sure seeing it now, I'm even more convinced of my thought process from way back in last year. Remember, I peeped this from last year. Seeing all these events unfold right now, I'm even more convinced. Ain't no way they got Shelly gonna be showing up because guess what? They're gonna see how good it looks against a Shelly, and Shelly's not gonna give them that opportunity. Wonderful meet despite the rain. Yes, I enjoyed it. All the Jamaican YouTubers are saying Tamara Clark was banned. Where did they get that information from? They didn't realize that the ban was up, I think, on the first or the second, whichever day. It was up on one of those days. I think it was the first. I don't remember what I was reading, but I know it's up already. So maybe they don't realize that it's up while they're saying that. So it's just misinformation. It is what it is. Her ban was 4 months. Yeah. It's up. I was when I did my previous live, I mentioned it, but I was shocked in the sense that I didn't know she would get in a meet so fast. But I already knew the ban was up. Yeah, Rochelle Burton was also banned. It's one of them were banned for the same thing. I was wondering if they trained together. What was the story there? Rocky Hill, she and a Jamaican were banned before the announcement were made, but the ban is now up as of June 1. Yeah. The ban was over June 1, right? Tamara Clark and okay, you guys are talking about this ban. The ban is over. She's clear to run. Guys, get over it. Okay, let's move on. So we already touched on Shericka. My thought process on Shericka, and my thoughts are crazy right now. I'm gonna have to revamp everything I think in my mind of the possibilities of Shericka this season, but I'm excited. It's exciting possibilities. Moving on. Men's senior 100-meter final. Christian Coleman took the win, 10.03 seconds ahead of, and he's from the United States, ahead of Kadrian Coulter from Jamaica, 10.08 seconds. He ran a personal best. Emmanuel Archibald from Guyana ran 10.23 seconds. I expected a faster time from Christian Coleman. Interestingly, now that I'm looking at the results, I see that he ran in a negative negative 0.3 meters per second win. So unlike the other sprint races that had a massive following win, he did not. He ran into a negative win. So now I see why it wasn't much faster than I thought it would be. But still a competent race by Christian Coleman. What I loved was Cajun Golson's run. I think he gets up too fast. His drive phase, I think he cuts it way too fast though. He needs to work on his drive phase, like build up more momentum or build up more speed. And then you can unleash it with that killer top end that he has. But I loved what I saw from Cajun Golson, a personal best 10.08 seconds. Loved it. Moving on. You know, we had other Jamaicans in the race. I mean, it was a Jamaican meet. We had Jamaicans all over the place, but I'm trying to get through this as quick as possible, so I won't name drop everybody. Women's 100 meter final, the B final. Ramona Bochel took it in 11.17 seconds. Tia Clayton was second in 11.23 seconds, and Brianna Williams was third in 11.30 seconds. My thoughts. Ramona Bochel performed how I thought she would. I did give her the win before, so her winning is not a surprise to me. I did give Brianna Williams second, but she came third in this, and Tia Clayton I did put behind Brianna, and she obviously came second. Who was in this race that pulled out? Somebody was in this race, I think, that pulled out. Um, I don't remember. I think I had somebody else in this race, but I don't remember. But anyway, Tia performed. It's a personal best for her, 11.23 seconds. But based on the trending down that I've been seeing from Tia, to me, this is an expected run. What is unexpected, I would say, is Brianna's run with the 11.30, considering how she looked in her previous race in that heat. In the last race, I expected at least 11.19, 11.20, someplace around there. I didn't expect her to go 11.30, but there's a lot to work on for Brianna. So all the coaches can do is just take it a step at a time, and they'll help her get there. But for now, that's the result for those events. Let's get back into some comments if there's anything new. Antonio Watson. I'm getting to that. Why are we talking about bands here, people? The 100 meters is up for grabs. Which 100 meters, female or male? Male. Why are they hiding Tina? I think she's a secret weapon. I think she's a secret weapon as well. So let's see. If she's a secret weapon, Trackies, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. So I have absolutely no complaints. I'm just waiting to see them unleash whatever they need to unleash and shock me. I'll take it. So okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next event. So I'm finished with the 100s and the 200. No, I'm not finished with the 100s. Let me get back into the men. I cried here. Michael Campbell. He won the race 10.08 seconds. And saying his name is making me get emotional again. Taekwondo Tracy was second, 10.26 seconds. That's a season's best for him. And Kuron Griffith from Barbados was third, 10.30 seconds. He equals his personal best. And again, Michael Campbell, it's a season's best for him. Why is it so emotional for me? I don't know if people remember. Michael Campbell had the season of his life. Stop crying. He had the season of his life. I think back in, what was it, 2007, 17. I don't remember. I think it's 2017. But unfortunately, he met into a car accident, and he's been on an uphill fight since then. Based on the car accident, I'm telling you, him just running is amazing. Seeing him cross that line, me seeing the time, seeing him punch the air, seeing him break down. You saw the tears, you saw the hugs, everything. I was just excited. I was just so happy. I'm glad. I mean, people probably looking at it and saying 10.08 is really nothing for the rest of the world. But when you look at somebody's struggle and everything that they've been through, it's really exciting. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I'm crying. I get emotional when I talk about, things like this. But yeah, Michael Campbell, he made me, emotional watching him run. Let's see. Yeah, we were talking about Michael yesterday. Not yesterday. Which day did I do the live? Is this the day I did the live? Oh, it's yesterday. So I'm really happy seeing this. I'm really, really happy seeing this. Chuckies do not jump ahead too much. We're talking about we're taking this thing one at a time, one at a time. Y'all talking about 100 different events here. And not focusing on the events that we're on. But anyway, I'm proud of Michael Campbell. I'm happy to see him get back to his best, very close to his best. So let's see what can happen for him for the rest of the season. But I'm just excited for him. All right, so I'm finished with that. On to the men's 100. This was another great moment for me. Tyler Mason. Wow. Even though it was windy, it was an illegal wind, still looked really good. 13.14 seconds. Trains with Elite Performance. And Elite Performance has a massive camp down there. They're doing their thing. Oh, Trackies, did you check out my shirt? TXC Track Time is on my shirt. I don't know if I told you, but I drew this. I drew this. So yeah, I'm really happy now having it printed on a shirt. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Tyler Mason, looked really, really good, really, really smooth. I'm happy for him as well. I'm loving the depth that I'm seeing across these events. It's not just a one man here or there. No, I love when I see us having a strong contingent. Guys that have to fight it out tooth and nail to see if they can actually make the team before they can even think about going to the World Championships. So I'm loving it. So Tyler Mason won in a time of 13.14 seconds. As I said, it's a positive 2.3 meters per second win. Orlando Bennett was second in 13.18 seconds, and Damian Thomas was third in 13.29 seconds. I love seeing Damian Thomas's progress as well. He's been, cutting his times down, so I'm liking that because, he looks like he's getting back from an injury as well. So, and Orlando Bennett is ever present from junior days, under 20 days. He's looked amazing and he's transitioned well. So, and he made it to the World Championships in 2019 as well. So I forgot about that. But yeah, he's ever present. So it's really good seeing these athletes, perform at a high level. I'm loving it. Let's see. Let's move on. Trying to run through these things as quick as possible. Okay, so we had Tombi Amerson winning the women's 100-meter hurdles in a time of 12.57 seconds. Tia Jones was second in 12.72 seconds, and Megan Tapper was third in 12.80 seconds. Now, I think I had Tia, then Toby, then Shericka. Unfortunately, Shericka did not finish. I remember watching her before the race started. She had a strap in on her, her right leg. So I think after the second hurdle, I think is when she stopped. Or was it the first hurdle? Second or third or first hurdle. So my only hope is that it's not too serious. Trials is right around the corner. She's one of our breakout stars, I'm thinking, for the hurdles this season. Somebody that I was expecting, or I'm still expecting to challenge for a spot to make the team. I have her right up there, so I'm really hoping that this is just a cramp. The weather, the rain was falling, they were there for a long time, especially for the 100-meter hurdles. I don't know if people peeped it, but they were out there for a long time. So I'm hoping that it was just that they were out there too long and she caught a cramp, and that's it, nothing too serious, so that she can be ready for trials. That's my thought process. But Toby took the win, Tia second, and Megan third. Yeah, that's how it shaped up in the 100-meter hurdles. Let's see if we have any new comments. What a crier. Hello, L. You're too bally bally. Yeah, I'm a bally bally. I'm very emotional. I don't know why. I don't know why I ball so easily. But it's not a bad thing. It shows that I'm still human. I guess I'm the type of person that you say wears your emotions on your sleeve. Which is why I can be so raw. Even when I'm upset, I tell you guys I'm upset, or you can see that I'm upset about something, and I can't really fake it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's move on. Men's long jump. Tajay Gale won in 8.20 seconds. No, what am I saying? 8.02 meters in a negative 1.9 meters per second wind. So with all those amazing wins for the sprints, obviously it would be a negative win for the jumps because they're up in the opposite direction. Tajay, I'm just praying for Tajay to get back to his best or close to his best. That's all. But I'm thinking that if this was a positive wind, he could have jumped maybe at 8:30, possibly, yeah. Possibly we could have got around 8:30. This was like a 1 meters per second. I'm thinking. Chuck, what do you think? Do you think he could have gotten there? Me, I'm thinking that. But yeah. Sean D. Thompson was second in 7.75 meters. He equals his season's best. And Emmanuel Archibald was third in 7.75 meters. He's from Guyana. Okay. Chuckies, let me just quickly grab my links. Come, say, me know on a bad broker unless me force it down in the throat. And tell them say me want to do something and not do it. So, let me force me link them down on the throat right before I continue. Let me force these links down your throat. Okay. So the first link that I'm gonna put up my animation channel link. So let me just put that there, and I'm gonna put a star on it, so it's gonna go to the top. So please go ahead and subscribe. Watch the video that's there and enjoy it. Let me know your feedback. What else? All right, let me put up these links intermittently. Let me check these comments. Well done, proud of win. I'm gonna get to those events. I'm gonna get to those events. You would do great on television. No, I'm too raw for TV. Way too raw for TV. Yeah, South Africa did so good. I'm gonna get to those events. Sports news. No, me too raw for TVJ. Me too raw for me too. No, not just TVJ. TV on a whole. Like they'd have to filter me like crazy. Too much filtering. Okay. So next event. I'm trying to get through them as quick as possible. 400 meters, A final. Great. So now we're on to some really eye-opening events, especially from a Jamaican perspective. But anyway, so in the men's 400-meter A final, Wade Van Niekerk won in a time of 44.21 seconds. So this is his second fastest time for the season, and it was also a meeting record. He was saying, this shows consistency, and that's what athletes love to see, consistency, not necessarily quote unquote going faster every race, or hope God forbid going slower, but they love the consistency. Zandrion Barnes dipped into that magical 44 barrier, bit below 45 seconds, running 44.90 seconds for a personal best. Happy. I remember talking on the stream about the women and the 4x4. I was putting the men on the 4x4 out of my mind, because I was saying, until I see some 44, multiple guys running 44 seconds, I don't want to think about that relay. But now we have a solid 3. So I'm really, really happy seeing that. Akeem didn't run. Not sure why he pulled out. Would have loved to see what he had to offer, but he didn't run. Rashid McDonald was third in 45.24 seconds. So this was a really good race for Zandrion Barnes. And of course, Wade Van Niekerk showing his consistency, showing, of course, that he's back to reclaim his crown over that 400 meters in the event on the world stage. So let's see how that goes for him. But I'm really excited for Jamaica's prospects, especially from a relay perspective, because we haven't been looking so good recently. And they've added the mixed relay now, so we need even more people. So I'm happy seeing these results here. Okay, another moment that made me cry, because I was looking for it. I was looking for Antonio Watson. I said it on the live. They've been talking him up and hyping him up at races, saying that this is his season, he's gonna do something fantastic. So I was looking out for it. I was like, listen, Antonio Watson is coming with something special, and I'm glad he did. As a matter of fact, everybody in that 400 meters, well, not everybody, but most of the guys there. And then again, some of them are coming off. They're literally still juniors. So seeing these times here, or seeing these performances, made me really excited. So let me just jump into the result. Antonio Watson, 44.75 seconds, a personal best. Phenomenal. When I saw that, I was like, yes, hallelujah, because this race came before the A final. So seeing it, I was like, yes. Another one. So I'm happy. Rashawn Clark, also a personal best, 45.24 seconds. And his pet event is the 400-meter hurdles. So this only bodes well for what he'll be able to do over that event. Another personal best, Asini Wilson. I hope I'm saying it right. 45.24 40.51 seconds, and a season's best for Anthony Cox, 45.55 seconds. Really, really great race, competitive race for those top four athletes. And I'm loving seeing Antonio Watson again dip into that 44-second barrier. And let's see, can he string together three solid races when it comes to trials and possibly go faster? What will happen at the World Championships? What do you think about our relay perspectives now that we're seeing multiple guys dip into 44 seconds track? Is what do you think? LOL, I feel you. Oh, that's the fact that I'm not good for TV. Yeah, I'm not too raw for TV. Let's talk about Brianna Williams. I don't know what to think about her anymore. Track is the depth, the strength and depth that we have now in track and in the sprints, the women's 100 meters. Don't be surprised if an athlete that you've come to love and appreciate doing the event is booted out. It's not because they're not quote unquote doing well. It's just because there's so much more athletes, performing well nowadays. Also, I did point it out on our last live. Track is, bear in mind, Brianna switched clubs. You rarely see where athletes switch clubs and training groups and they get into it and it's plug and play and they're immediately performing at the highest level or levels that they were at before. It takes time to acclimatize to whatever new training regimen is going on. So for now, in my opinion, I'm understanding what is happening with Brianna Williams. And for me, this is just going through the motions of assimilating into the program. And hopefully come next year, we will see where, things start to get ingrained in her body, because remember, her body has to become acclimatized to whatever is going on, and we'll see much better performances from her. So for now, I'm not really worried. She's just going through the phases. It's part of the game. Track is just try to not expect too much when you see these athletes switch camps or, you know, come out of high school and they're gone into the pro league. Try not to expect too much. I know we're used to seeing, Tina Clayton do a 10.95, but even if Tina comes out and she doesn't do a 10.95, don't kill her, because guess what? Remember, she's also getting used to whatever new regimen is going on over there at MVP. So just keep these things in mind. Okay, trackies? If an athlete comes and goes into a new club and they're immediately, snapping, that's absolutely fantastic. But that's not the case for every athlete. So just keep that in mind. Those who pull out must vex. Yeah, conditions were really, really good for fast time. So those who pulled out, they're lost. Me not harp on them. Um, because the meat nice like food, to be honest. Yeah, the meat was good. That 44.75 suggests good things to come from young Antonio. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I was kind of just keeping my expectations on these 400-meter guys reined in, because I want to see some, you know what? Even seeing this 44.75, I'm still reining myself in. I would appreciate more than anything else consistency. I want to see more than anything else consistency. That is my thing more than anything else. What's the number to call in? Oh, let me put it up. I forgot. Um, what is it on? It's on the strip thing. Okay. Um, 214-5343. Let me make sure this stupid phone is picking up, because as I said, I'm inside and this phone here. When it comes to inside and Lime, yeah, I have peer issues. So that's the number there. Mama, mama got dig up my PayPal link. Cause what I mean, come telling us if you support the thing and nobody wants to support the thing. So mama go dig it up. So I'm shoving that into your face as well. Too bad. I cracked myself up. Let's see, where is that? Where is that link? I don't even know where it is. Okay, here it is. So yeah, let me put this into the chat as well. Anyway, let's get into. So the links are there, trackers. The link is there for my PayPal. If you want to donate, please go ahead and do so. The link is there for the phone number. I want to get through everything though before you guys start calling. So Just give me a moment, and the link is there for my new channel as well. Please head on over and subscribe. Okay. All right, let's go back up to where I was. Did anyone get booed? I was waiting to see Noah Lyles introduction, and the whole time through Lyles' introduction, I had my mic plugged in, and I didn't realize that it muted the sound. The background sound, so all I could hear was the commentators. So I'm hearing no sound. So I'm like, what is going on? So then I plugged it out, and then I missed the whole thing. So I don't know if Jamaica booed or if they cheered. I'm hoping Jamaica cheered, because Jamaica cheered for everybody. And we know so with track and field fans and so unruly. So I'm hoping we cheered. Yep, I can't wait to see Watson go up against VCB's brother. I want consistency. That's my big thing for all of them. Sean Bailey, I want to see them consistently running into the 44 seconds. So I don't know how I would feel if the next run I see from Sean Bailey is a 45-second or from Antonio Watson. You know what I mean? So let's just hope for consistency over anything else. Really enjoyed the meet. I was particularly impressed with Antonio Watson, Shericka Jackson, and Noah Lyles. Yeah, great performances from them. Brianna is in the butterfly phase. Yeah. How did Demish? Okay, Demish. I think he did a season's best. Let me see. Let me go back and check the time. But remember that Demish is coming off that injury, from last season. So I think he's, what you would consider coming back. But boy, Demish has this funny running style. Me not telling no lie. I don't know how I feel about his running style. Demish was fourth in a season's best of 45.32 seconds in the A final. So that's a good run from him for an athlete that is coming back. So I'm just looking for his times to incrementally drop, hopefully, by the time trials rolls around. But he's definitely going to have to get into the 44 seconds based on what we're seeing from the likes of Antonio Watson, Sean Bailey, Zandrion Barnes. So if he hopes to make that individual team, he has to drop those times. Let's see. The support was great too, despite the rain. I'm proud. Before the meet started and they did an overhead shot, I said to myself, because I remember sitting down here last night saying that, traveling to Kingston is so hard for me since I'm in Mandeville. But seeing the overhead shot, the stadium did look empty. I said, Lord God, so many if start going and meet you, we need to start going and meet them, because to me, it wasn't a good look. But by the time the meet started, we saw more and more people. So that was great. And I think they were saying by the time the end, there was at least 5,000 people there in the grandstand, or 4,000, something like that. So that was good. But check is, we need to start show up. We need to start show up at the meet then. We need to. These people won't allow the athletes to grow. They want them coming out running PB every race like they crazy or something. Yeah, that's not plausible at all. It was more exciting than the last Diamond League event, to be honest. It wasn't exciting for you because you're Jamaican and you're true enough Jamaica never did it. That's why never exciting. But remember, Faith Kipyegon broke the 1500-meter world record, and that was a crazy race. So if no other race was spectacular, that race alone should carry the entire meet. Link up the live, please. Oh yeah, like the live, please. Like up the live. So those are not liking, please like. Brianna puts too much energy and power energy in her first 60, and I don't think she does any trackies. Remember, she switched clubs for that specific reason. But again, it's not going to be fixed overnight, right? So the coaches are well aware of the issue. Brianna herself is well aware of her issue. The previous coach is well aware of the issue. They will be working on it, and I'm sure they are working on it. But again, it's not something that is just going to be miraculously fixed overnight. Why haven't I heard anybody comment on my shirt, my drawing? Why is nobody commenting on it? But anyway, so yeah, keep those things in mind, trackies. They know the issue. They know of the issue, and they're working on it. Which what was the last event thing I was on? Okay. I don't think he did. Who are we talking about now? I don't know who this is right here. Noah's cheer was very low. Jamaican. Okay, great. I'm happy for that. I'm so because I saw him doing this and like he was going like this. So I'm like, something I said, then why am I not here? Not this because I was prepping for the live. So I was just getting everything together and I plugged the mic in. Um and I'm like, crap, I missed it. Yeah, I'm doing some animations now. I'm multifaceted trackies. I do a lot of things. I'm very creative. So I'm hoping to introduce you guys to a lot of things this year. So again, when I ask for support on the channel, please support. We have 20,000 subscribers here on this channel. Come on, it takes nothing to get 1,000 y'all over there to subscribe. Go over there and subscribe, please. You're not paying for the subscription. Come on, do that for me, please. Um, Brianna Williams did run. Yes, she ran. She finished third behind Ramona Burchell and Tia Clayton running 11.30 seconds in the B final of the 100 meters. I definitely like Demish's unique running style. I mean, if it's getting him to go where he needs to go, I have no problem. I'm getting to that. I want to finish races before I get into the other meets or other results that I have to talk about. The shirt looks great to you. Thank you. At least somebody mentioned my shirt. Thank you, Alexia. Love the shirt. Thank you, Kasif. Thank you. All right. It's beautiful. Thank you. Is it merch? I'm hoping to make it merch, but I'm trying to find good places in that can print plus good shirts, good quality shirts. So I got these shirts, they're really good quality, but they're on the expensive side, and I don't want to make the shirts too expensive. So I'm trying to find somewhere that I can get them good quality and cost, and the cost is not too much because obviously it's just gonna make buying the shirt that much expensive. Plus, I'm looking for some place that can print reliably. This place that I had printed, it was hell getting my shirt back because I wanted the shirts to get live, to go on the first live back, but I didn't get them. They had them for a good old time. Me, I call them, then I answer. Big thing I go on. So I need to find reliable outlets for everything before I even consider making it merch. But for now, that is the thought process. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it there. And they did spoil printing on another shirt that I did, and it made me a little bit upset. But yeah, it is what it is. So for now, I have to work out the background things before anything can happen. Shericka fired a lot of shots for the start of the 100 meters. It's a clear sign that she can run 10.6 and for sure run 21.37 for the 200 meters with that start and finish. Listen, if we're gonna go as far as 21.37, we might as well celebrate the world record because 21.34 versus 21.37, there's not much difference. So we might as well celebrate the world record. I'm hoping that she can do it, but I'm telling you, that start is giving me, it's making me feel crazy things. And I want to see what it looks like against Shelly, but me know so Shelly not give with the opportunity. Shelly smart, you know? Shelly smart. Shelly not gonna give us the opportunity. And I know why she's not giving us the opportunity until obviously world championships. But you know, she has to hold her cards to her chest as well. So it is what it is. But I'm dying to see what it looks like against Shelly. I'm dying. That start to me was epic. I want to see what it looks like against Shelly's start. That's a big deal. Your assessment is wrong on Brianna. Her training is geared to combat the final 40. The running up here, yeah, they know all of these things. So her training, they have been working on it. But again, stop expecting miracle shockies. It doesn't happen overnight. Like your shirt and your new channel is good content. Thank you, Michael. I hope you all are subscribing over there. I hope you all are supporting the PayPal as well. Drop something in it. Come on, drop something over there. Okay, let's jump into the other events that to round off this meet. Okay, what did I not talk about? Talked about the men 400. Women's okay. Women's 400 meters. I had Stacy winning this race. Cherokee won in a time of 51.11 seconds. Stacy was second, 51.34 seconds, and Kendall Ellis was third in 51.37 seconds. What are my thoughts on this race? I think because they were like the first out, well, some of the first out. I think they did the hurdles first. The tracks was still full of puddles, or the track was still very wet. So I'm thinking that it hampered them the time somewhat in this race. And I heard Cherokee said in her interview that the weather did affect them a bit. So that's what I'm thinking in times wise. However, Cherokee is doing what she did last year. So Stacian has to, if Stacian wants to be the better 400-meter hurdle, 400-meter runner, remain in that number one spot, then she has to definitely keep an eye on Cherokee Young, and vice versa. I think right now they look like our top 400-meter runners. Stephanie pulled out, so I don't know what Stephanie is doing right now. Right, Stephanie would be in the mix, but I'm not sure what's happening with Stephanie right now. So if Sada finished fourth, Stephanie is probably not looking much better than Sada, right? So right now, Cherokee Young and Stacey is carrying the torch for us. But again, remember, each athlete lines up to win. So I'm looking at it that these athletes want to win. So Stacey has to be cognizant of Cherokee and vice versa. And I'm sure they've been doing this because they know each other well. So I'm assuming that they've always been keeping an eye on each other. But me just saying it, no, yeah, they have to keep an eye on each other. But I expect them to trade wins back and forth for that 400 meters. But I think it was a good performance from Cherokee Young and a good performance from Stacy as well in this race. I think the times again were affected because the rain had just ended. The track was still full of puddles, so it didn't dry out as much. So it didn't really assist them that much, like what you saw in the shorter sprints, where Noah Lyles was able to fly to that 19.67, and Shericka went down to 10.78. So yeah, that's what I thought about the women's 400, but I think it was a strong showing from them. I'm loving it. And again, remember, my eye when I'm looking at these 400-meter runs, I'm also in the back of my mind thinking about the relay. How does it shape up for Jamaica against the rest of the world? Remember, we have to think about the likes of not only the USA, but we have to think about Poland, we have to think about the Netherlands, we have to think about Great Britain. So we have to think about a lot of teams when we talk about the 4x4. So I'm really interested to see how these 400-meter athletes shape up. The discus, it wasn't a really strong event for Jamaicans this time around. Alex Rosa, I'm hoping that's how it's pronounced, finished first, 65.86 meters. Travis Michael, 65.15 meters. Kai Chang, 63.19 meters, and Frederick Dakers was fourth, 62.85 meters. So not really a strong showing from our Jamaicans this time around, but again, they just have to dust themselves off and come again next time. Yeah, I think I missed the high jump. Where's the high jump? Okay, the high jump. Let me just shout out the high jump athletes. So Lashane Wilson won in he jumped 2.20 meters. Raymond Richards jumped 2.15 meters, and Christoph Bryan jumped 2.10 meters. Lashane, in his interview, he was saying that he was hoping to jump 2.30 meters. So let's see. Hopefully, he can jump it, get the qualifying standard, and head off to the World Championships for us. Let's see what happens for him for the rest of the season. All right, two more events. 400-meter hurdles. I expected Cheyenne Salmon to win. She did. She won in a time of 55.10 seconds. Rhonda White was second, 55.55 seconds. And Cassandra Tate was third in 55.62 seconds. Again, this race happened right after the rain. The track was very wet, full of puddles. So I think it hampered the times. But it was a great run from these athletes. They came out and they gave a good account of themselves. All right, last event. Triple jump final for the women. Shanika Ricketts took the event 14.32 meters in a negative 1.5 meters per second. Thea Lafond was second in 14.15 meters in a negative 1.7 meters per second wind. And Imani Oliver was third, 12.97 meters, a positive 1.6 meters per second wind. This has to be the only positive wind in these jumps. And it was a crazy positive wind too, positive 1.6 meters per second for her. So Shericka Ricketts, her execution of her jumps looked better than they did in her last meet. What was that, Rabat? It looked much better because I thought she was either chopping her phases a bit. So she looked much better. I think the strong negative wind, was not an assistance for them, obviously. So that may have hampered the distance somewhat. But there's a lot of room for improvement for Shericka. She's a 14.9, was it 9.8 or 9.7 meter jumper? So there's a lot of room for improvement for her. So hopefully she can get back to her best or better, breaking into that 15-meter rank. I thought she would have done it in the Olympics. It didn't happen. But let's see what happens for her this season. Okay, so that's it for racers. Let's see what happened. What's going on in the chat? What are you guys saying? Cherokee exceeded my expectations. Her race plan has changed. I'm amazed. I love her race tactics. Yes, I heard her talking about her race tactics as well. So it's a good seeing when these athletes can come out and execute. As well, Cherokee, in my opinion, probably had the kind of a more slow start, stronger finish type of athlete. But this time around, it was a more measured race. I'm really glad to see that from her. And athletes have to start running these races like that now because that's what I see the rest of the world doing. All of their phases, whether they break it up into hundreds, 200, whatever they do, 50s, the phases look like they're giving the same amount of effort in each phase. So that's what our Jamaicans have to start doing, and hopefully they can get more competitive, start winning medals. But I love what I saw from Cherokee, and she has been on my radar. I talked about her. I did a video about her, post last year's season. We did a video looking out for her this season. So I'm glad seeing this type of run from her. You agree with Michael? Yeah, Michael. It was just so funny talking about him last night and seeing this today. His fist pump. Okay, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to start balling again. Shericka didn't even run as hard for the last 10. Yeah. She didn't look, I don't know what happened, but she looked like she wasn't really pushing it in the last part of the race. But let's see what happens. I'm expecting great things. That start is crazy. No, Boomfield didn't run. Boomfield did not run. He pulled out. Those who never run major loss, yeah. Those who never turn up to run, too bad for them. I'm not harping on them. I don't want them to spoil my good mood. I'm in a good mood. I don't want them to spoil it. Boy, July 6th, right around the corner for trials. I'm still optimistic. We've had a few athletes pull out. I'm talking on the season with injuries. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I said earlier that this is gonna be probably our best world championship year. I'm hoping I didn't give it commentator's curse, to be honest. I'm praying to God that it wasn't commentator's curse, but let's see. Major opportunity to get a good run in, yeah. 2.3. It's not 2.28. It's 2.33. Maybe the B standard. What is the B standard? Because if he does a B standard, then he can make it. Tell me about the woman. Charlton, I went over. That was the second event I think I took. Just pull back the video. My thoughts on it is it's there, clear. Just pull back because I'm not trying to spend too long on the live as well. Just try to rewatch it and to hear what I had to say about it. I'm gonna get into those events now. I'm having a hard time predicting who's gonna make the women's 100-meter team this year. I mean, I think Shericka is clear cut. We haven't seen Elaine. I'm hoping that Elaine is also somebody that is clear cut as well. So it's just one spot. But let's see. For now, Shericka is clear cut. So it's just two spots you'd be concerned about. Two. So yeah, that's that. Elaine wasn't slated to run here, Michael. So it's not a no-show. She wasn't slated to run here. Brenna Williams will make the team. Michael, I did a video on Elaine. No, I did a live on talking about Elaine, and I cut it and I put it in a video. It's on the channel. Go and watch it. I think I posted it last night. Yeah, it's there. My thoughts on what's happening with the current Elaine is there for you guys to watch. Okay. All right. Let's take whatever happened now outside of the Let's take what happened outside of racers now. I saw a few events that I wanted to highlight. So at the Music City Carnival, let's talk about that. Javon Francis, he ran a season's best time in the men's 400 meters, 45.10 seconds. Again, I've been talking about our guys, trending down great. Sorry, I'm looking at the 4x4, mixed 4x4. I'm loving what I'm seeing. So before, our 400 meters was looking kind of dead. So I'm loving what I'm seeing now. Another athlete, Shanti Jackson, 10.89 seconds for a personal best. Wiping out. Guess who? Remember earlier in the season when she dusted her in that indoor 200-meter running that indoor record on the 20 record. But guess what? Shanti Jackson dusted Adeja Hodge running that 10.89 seconds for a personal best. Wow. When I saw and it was a solid run too. Execution was good. And she kind of looks bigger than I thought, like taller. I thought she was much shorter, but she actually looks much taller than I'm thinking that she was in my memory. But yeah, she looked really good. Shanti Jackson. No, not seeing her run. I'm thinking back to last year in the under 20 final where she finished behind Tina Clayton and Serena Cole. It's making me wonder. Tina Clayton in that race was 10.95 seconds. She was, I think, 11 point, what was it, 1-3 or 1-4, something like that in the final. So now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if and usually I don't really do this, but I'm saying if she was able to get down to 11.89 seconds, what Tina gonna run? I can't help it. I'm thinking, what is Tina going to run? You know? So I'm waiting with bated breath. But yeah, it was a really, really good run by Shanti Jackson. Americans have been hyping her for a while, so it's great seeing her dip below 11 seconds and dip into 10.8. Dip into 10.8. It's a solid run. And our Jamaican Alana Reid is no longer the fastest junior this year. Yeah, because my girl is no longer a junior, right? What's her name? The other one that came up with Brianna. She's no longer a junior. So yeah, I think this will be the fastest time for a junior this year. So yeah, really, really good. Really, really solid run. Natalia White, personal best in the 200 meters. Mind you, she also ran in that race with Shanti Jackson and she was rubbed out. She ran 11.13 seconds for a season's best. But in the 200 meters, she came back and she ran back and she ran 22.39 seconds. So that's a great personal best for her. So our 200-meter field is looking like it's coming together nicely. We talked about Kevona Davis, having a shot. Natalia White, is throwing her hand in. Let's see who else starts to throw their hand in as we get closer to trials. But yeah, the athletes are signaling their intent, and I love it. I love depth. I love seeing depth in the event. I don't want us to go back to the days where we're depending on one athlete to give us medal across 3 events. You know what I mean? I don't want us to go back to those days. I want us to be depending on multiple athletes across different events, that kind of thing. So I like what I'm seeing, from Natalia White. Let's see what she can do for the rest of the season. Jahil Hyde, 400-meter hurdles, 48.57 seconds for a season's best. He's looking good as well. But track is, we need some kind of divine intervention when it comes to this 400-meter hurdles. I don't think for the men, that is. These athletes in the world seem to be running 47 seconds like it's nothing. We need some kind of divine intervention to get us into those realms. I don't know what it's going to take. But we need it because to be competitive with the rest of the world, to think about medaling, making finals, we have to start thinking about these 47s, dipping into 47 seconds for the 400-meter hurdles. But I'm glad for a season's best for Jahil Hyde. Great run from him. He was barely beat at the end of the line in that race, so I think it was a good run from him. I'm just waiting to see these athletes dip into 47 seconds. That's what I want. I want to see them dip into that and be consistently running there. That's what I want. Um, Last event here that I took note of was Anjanette Knight. She ran 54.20 seconds for a season's best in the 400-meter hurdles. It was a strong run from her from gun to tape. She led the field. She didn't have any competition in that race, so there was nobody to really push her in the race. So maybe she could have gone faster. As again, I've had my eye on Anjanette Knight since last season when she fell, when she went to trials and she unfortunately fell. Well, before trials, I had my eye on her, but in trials, really opened my eye. But she fell in the final on that what was that, ninth, eighth hurdle, I think she fell at, right on the corner. So I was hoping to see her, be one of our solid contenders this season. She's trending downward. I'm hoping that it's in time for trials. That's my thing. I'm hoping that it's in time for trials right now. So yeah. That's it for the Music City Carnival. Let's hear what everybody has to say here. What was the last thing I said? What was the last thing I clicked on? Okay. What do you think about grooming Serena Cole for future multi events? I've never thought about it. I'll have to think about it some more. But for now, she just does. I can't even think about how Serena looks in a 200. What did I run? What did I run they run hurdles. They run hurdles. They run the flat sprint. They do the high jump. No, yeah, it's not gonna happen. High jump, Serena. No, it's not gonna happen. Is that the A final or the A standard or what's the B standard? That's what I was asking all in the game. What's the B standard? Tell me about. Oh, I think I went through these already. Yeah, Natalia White's 200 was good today. Personal best for her. I'm having a hard time predicting. Yeah, I think I went through these already. I went through these already. I went through these already. Um, be patient. Yeah. Okay, this is where I am. Okay. Hope Kerika Hill is okay. I'm hoping so as well. Trials is way too close for any mishaps. So I'm hoping she's okay. Brianna Williams is not going to Budapest. Tina is the replacement. Chuck is remember that we can take at least 8 people, in the relay. We can take 8 people. Jamaica doesn't do it sometimes how cheap. They mean and cheap and go and say they not no money. Jamaica go and say they not no money if you help the athlete them, but they have money to do everything else. I don't even want to get into that. I don't want to get into it, but they can afford to take them, and if they want, they can take 8 people. So there's still a chance. When it comes to relays, if you're saying she won't make the individual team. Oh, I think Kerika is fine because she was walking. Yeah. I saw her walking. I saw her walking, but again, I was hoping what I was saying earlier because I talked about it. I was saying I was hoping that it was just a cramp and that's it. So I'm just hoping that it's not nothing serious because I have my eye on her as well. Brianna making the team. If it's a beauty contest, yes. I'm telling rude people, yeah. Steve, why is so rude? Adeja Hodge is more of a 200-meter runner and is a year younger. Are we always going to be pulling this age card? No, then again, why does that sound hypocritical? I feel like we've always pulled the age card for our athletes. I take it back. I feel Kerika would have done damage tonight if she. Yeah, I was expecting it. I put up a little video saying I was looking forward to a new world junior record. I was looking forward to it. um Shanti further push down TT Terry. I don't know what you're saying right here. Tamari. What about Tamari? Brianna is looking better than Tina so far. Well, we haven't seen Tina, so we don't know, Trap Boss. She didn't dip below 11s. She blew past it. Yeah, she blew past it. That's what I'm saying. She blew past it. Alana will retain the world junior record. Well, if Tina comes out and does what we're expecting Tina to do, the world junior lead, sorry. If Tina comes out and does what we're expecting Tina to do, then Tina is probably going to chump them all. You know what I mean? Because we remember, we're just holding on to her 1095 from last year. So if she comes out and does anything remotely close to what we're thinking in her brain, then she's going to blow all of these times out of the water. Family love them all, but Brianna does not look good. Let's call a spade a spade. We accept that Brianna does not look good. We're not saying she doesn't look good. We're saying that we understand why she looks the way she looks. Stop expecting a miracle. It doesn't work overnight, trackies. It takes time. I wouldn't mind divine intervention invitation. Who is inviting you? I don't where. No, Broadbent pulled out Trap Boss. He pulled out. Hands of Parchment pulled out as well. Yeah, no, I know. I pulled it for Brianna Liston. I pulled it for Brianna Williams as well. For every junior athlete we've had, we've pulled that card. That's why I said it. In the US trial, Shanti pushed down the TT Terry for a spot to Budapest. All right, trackies, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Running one off is okay. 10.89 is fantastic. Her being able to replicate that for 3 rounds is a whole different thing. Remember, when she's running against the top American contenders, these girls are able to pull out these times round after round after round, and of course go faster. And I'm talking deep into 10.7s and possibly even faster than that, 10.6. That's what people are expecting from Sha'Carri. So to say that she's gonna push down some of these athletes and make the team, I think it's a little bit of a stretch right now, because these girls are seasoned campaigners and can run multiple rounds of 10.8s and possibly go faster. Tina is a fighter with the heart of a champion. I'll bet on her all day, every day. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson from Champs. Champs last year. Yeah, I learned my lesson. Remember, I had Brianna to win, and Tina won. And yeah, my sister cussed me off, but I remember thinking to myself, you see that warrior spirit, it's a thing. And I think it's part of the reason why I accept Brianna Liston also going to college. She has to, in my opinion, she has to get more what's that word? I don't even know the word I'm looking for. But that kind of fighting warrior spirit. She does look, to me, she's like a soft daffodil. It's bad to say that about an athlete, I suppose, because they train so hard. But she needs to get that kind of fighting warrior, raw thing about her where she doesn't want to lose. And I don't see that kind of mentality in Brianna Liston just yet. So I'm hoping now that she's in college and she's doing the whole team thing. I know it's kind of it's harder. I'm hoping that she'll be able to develop that mentality. But yeah, that would be the biggest difference, I think, between Tina and Brianna Liston. If we minus talent, we're not talking about talent, we're just talking about mentality. That's the biggest difference I would see. I'm guessing y'all missed the first all comers meet with Tina. Tina? Are we talking about where she pulled up? There's a theory with that, The theory is that if we think back, and this is why I tell people a lot of times, that is why I like watching trends. And you see me talk about it a lot when I'm talking about Elaine, and I will cross-reference it with what I see happening with Shericka, because I'm thinking about what happened with Elaine in the past, because they have similar, Elaine and Shericka, whether or not we like it, have similar running styles. It's like they're using the same blueprint that they use for Elaine on Shericka. That's pretty much what I'm seeing, right? So that's why I like to cross reference what I see happening with both of them. But somebody pointed it out recently. I think I was listening to what's his name on Sportsmax. He was formerly on TVJ. I was listening to him recently, and he pointed it out, and he said, if you watch what they're doing with Tina, it's what they used to do with Shelly at MVP. It's what they used to do with Shelly, where they'll have her run only certain phases of the race. So they'll be like, okay, you're only running the start this time, or you're only running the end part of the race this time, or you're only focusing on the middle phase another time. So that's possibly what we're seeing happening with Tina. So track is, as much as some of y'all don't like to compare athletes or compare what you've seen with things with other athletes happening in the past, there's a thing with MVP. If you're able to track it, and open your eye and look, you will see it. A lot of you people like to say, "Oh, not go so," but I see a lot of things that I see that I've seen happen with other athletes happening with current athletes. No, Shanti isn't competing at US trials. I mean, okay, 13. What's that? What's 13 plus? Oh, 0.13. Was that the 11.13? That's what you're saying. That's what she ran last year in at the under 20 championships. I guess we'll find out what's going on with Elaine soon, because Oral Tracy peeping our fencings where she, Don, I did a video in direct response to what Oral Tracy said. Go watch it. Oh, that's what Tina ran at the all comers meet. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. You don't know. When it comes to our Jamaicans, we have all the excuses all day, every day. All right, trackies, line is open. Call me. Who wants to call? Somebody was asking to call earlier. Call. Let's take a few calls before I go. While I'm waiting for that, remember to like the stream. Remember to head on over and subscribe. Shakis is not taking no time if you go over to go subscribe. I want to stay so. Head on over and subscribe as well. Support the PayPal. It's the link. The links are there. Support, 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 support. My phone is picking up. So if you're calling me straight, you can call me straight. If you're calling me on WhatsApp, you can call me on WhatsApp. Let's go. Laugh. Yeah, yeah. You can go check it out. If you agree with Oral Tracy, you probably don't like the take, but it is what it is. Hill should run the flat 100 because her warrior spirit is stronger than the other newcomer. Actually, I was hearing on the stream that she's running both the 100 and the 100 meters at trials. That's what I've been hearing. All right, Kasif, call me. The number is there. I hope this time around I can get it right where everybody can hear the discussion, because that's, yeah. Okay, Don Dino, I have a new animation channel where I animate true stories that happened to me in my life when I was growing up. The link is there. So just go to the top. So why is this not ringing? Hi, is this Kasif? Good night, Kasif. Let me just make sure everyone can hear you before you get into what you want to say. Chakis, let me know if you can hear Kasif, please, because last time it didn't really work out how I wanted it to work, and the whole conversation was not recorded. All everybody was hearing was me. Nobody was hearing anybody else. So let me know in the comment section, please, if you can hear. Can you hear Kasif, guys? Kasif, can you speak? Guys, did you hear that? Jack isn't answering me now. No, you're not hearing nothing. Lord God. I don't know why it's not happening on. Why is it not ringing through my laptop? That's what I'm trying to figure out. No, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you, Kasif, but I want everybody to hear you. That's my problem. I haven't figured this out. Unfortunately. Track is nothing at all. Nothing at all. Keep talking, Kasif.
Hear me now? You understand the words going around?
Okay, they're hearing now. Good. All right. What would you like to talk about today? Welcome. First and foremost, welcome. Thank you for calling.
No problem.
Thanks. All right.
So the meeting was amazing.
Yeah.
I was a bit upset that the person didn't join the meet or didn't follow through on their promise to come onto the meet. But it was amazing. Um, but yeah. So the races were amazing. Times were amazing. The persons who didn't come, they they lost. It was stunning. The track was wet, so it was fast. Brianna, that's my girl. I love her, but I'm just thinking that next year is her year.
Yeah, give her some time.
This year being her year. That the start was amazing, but she cannot finish. And Tia in her, so I don't see her making the finals or even qualifying this year.
Finals.
Shericka,
Did I think as far as finals? No, she can't make the finals. She can't make the finals. I don't think there are 8 people that can boot her out from making the finals.
Serena come, Alana come, Tina come, Elena come, Lynn, to be honest. I'm chanting more come, everybody come, especially if I go.
Oh,
I don't see it.
yeah, that's a lot.
I don't see it.
You know what? I'm gonna think on it. I'm gonna have to think about it and write. I'm gonna have to go over my top 8 and see what my top 8 looks like to know if Brianna actually makes it. But yeah, it's gonna be stiff. It's gonna be stiff because most of these girls are.
Her start is so perfect. I don't know what it is going to take her to transition from the first 50 to the last 50, but it's going to take, I think, a good full season. I think next year is going to be her year to really shine.
It's gonna take a good full season
now,
or two.
Shericka. When Shericka got to the blocks, I was like, Shakari, this is over. This is done. This is a 10-5 form.
It's done.
She started with like slow and sweet. So I was like, if she get that start there for the 200 meter, plus with the acceleration on the straight.
That 200 meter they done understood in my mind. I'm not even think about the 200 or the 100. Me, I say, yo, if we ever see our lineup against Shelly right now, I want to see what that start looks like against Shelly starts. No lie.
The start was impeccable, and then the transition to the 50, she kept on motoring and motoring away. We saw the car got 10-6, but we don't know what they went up to 10-7, 10-7. It was an amazing. I was just advice I showed.
Oh, it was crazy.
If I was there, I would gonna feel.
She popped out, man. She popped out.
She got me say out. Was I tear shot with a fire? I'm so sorry. I didn't hear it. I was having fire shot. So, Talo, me love Talo, but Talo.
Somebody was saying to me in the comment section, I don't remember who was saying that. I think it was a recent comment, and I said, look here, don't count that loss that Shericka had against Shakira because she lost against her last year as well. And remember, Shericka ended her season with 21.45 and 10.71. So that loss to me, which losing against Shakira means absolutely nothing, right? And I think that's what a lot of people are holding on to. It means nothing, right? We know as Jamaicans, we kind of come to expect we understand our training methods better than Americans understand it. So they're used to coming out fast and just running and pumping from the get-go, right? But they don't understand that with us it's an incremental thing. So for me, that loss to Shakira meant nothing. It still means nothing. But what I'm very interested in now is seeing what Shericka's start looks like against Shelly. Start. Okay. I'm really, really, and it's not gonna happen. Shelly's not gonna let it happen. Guys, Shelly is smart. Shelly is smart. She peeped it from last year. She knows that everybody is using her. Every time everybody goes into a race, they say they want to run against Shelly. They're all using her. So Shelly's not going to allow it.
Because what just to deviate somewhat, I watched the interview yesterday with Talo, and Talo said she has mastered the formula. She's no longer running stress. She's going to get a medal. She learned from Shirley Mukwan Talo run 1087 at LA. Talo looked like Shelly. Shelly transitioned from the last 50 with the high knees. I'm saying, Jesus Christ, them study Shelly.
Listen, so, all of these athletes have been benefiting no more. They're not benefiting no more.
No. But just to go back on the case, with Shericka, that last 50, you don't even know now. It's like me and shot a fine am head, I don't know. Like with the Shakari or something. Face drop down. Hello said, Jesus Christ.
You know,
start pick out her ear. Everybody start getting mad.
I don't know. For me, I don't know why this stupid fight doesn't go away. I don't know. But for me personally, when I think about it, her start to me was even more impressive than her finish because to me, her finish isn't there yet.
So, Shakari.
No, not Shakari. I'm talking Shericka. I'm talking Shericka. In the race with Shericka that I watched, the start was the most impressive thing because remember her race isn't together yet. She hasn't peaked yet, right? So when an athlete peaks, what gets better? The end. So the end to me wasn't as it was amazing, but to me what was even more amazing was the beginning.
True. I think if she fine tunes it, because Mom said we ran 10-0 last year at the end of June. This is the first week into she ran 10-7-8. That means that's a trial she can peak to a max, a minimum. It was a minimum of 10-7. Cool 10-7-1. Maximum about 10-6-7, 10-6-5. If she's pushed, and if the breeze is track is wet and the breeze is at 1.5. I'm going to probably bob. I don't know. I'm going to shed a tear.
I'm loving
it. At 10-6. And if Tina is behind her, or Alien, I don't even know. I think they're saving Tina as a weapon from Blazing. I just see them a keep her. Team Francis is keeping her like he did with Shelly 2008. Shelly came out of nowhere and beat BCB, Karen, Sherwin.
Everybody. She came out. Well, no, she didn't. Not for trials. For trials, she came. What did she come? She came. No.
She should be told that. I think she didn't win the trials 2008.
She won the trials or she came second?
She won trials.
She won the trials though?
Yeah, she won the trials 2008. She won the trials. Karen came second.
And Sharon
came third.
And Sharon.
VCB came fourth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know VCB came. Yeah, no, they're saying in the chat it's second. I remember it was second because I think going into Olympics, Karen was still ahead of her in terms of charting for a medal.
But she was unknown.
Right, but I think Karen was still leading her in terms of medal prospects. Even Sharon, I think even Sharon was probably ahead of her in terms of medal prospects going into the Olympics. But she dusted them. She left them for dead in that Olympic finals for sure. So, I mean, I just was checking if you're still on the line.
When was the meet, and I was beside Mr. Coach Francis, like, can I keep a snippet and thing, and like, like she's building her as like the secret weapon. And does destroy everything. That's how he said that she's trying the Shelly formula. I think if she loses some weight, loses this into mass muscle, carry her to another gear, then it's over. To be honest, I think she will make it.
Well, guess what? Even if she still has some of that weight, remember, it's something that we're not, quote unquote, expecting her to get to her perfect body type for sprinting. She's still a junior. So for now, she probably won't get to that perfect body type. But when she gets there, I agree, she's gonna be very deadly.
Yeah, because even though she like 2008, she was winning over 2009. 20, so she did the injury 2011, 2012. She was started going upright.
I think 2012, no man, 2012 she was kind of tilting to it. I think I probably like 2013-ish. 2015 for sure. 2015 for sure she was more upright. But she was still, the problem with Shelly back then was she was still fighting the run. So she was still, she used to have this cheek thing where she was puffed up like she was blowing, like she was still fighting the run back then. But I think as we got into 2019, it's like we saw a different Shelly. And then of course, she just transformed now.
So it's gonna take time. So it comes out down to training and natural talent for Tina. In regards to Elaine and Shelly, Shelly's my girl. So if Shelly come out around 10-7 probably ball, I want Elaine to good. We don't want to come back. I mean, to be honest, everybody's putting Shakari to win the world championships. But I don't want to go on. Sorry. I'm so Shericka go get it.
I agree. We're Jamaican. It's not like we want our medals to just disappear to somebody else.
if Elaine and Shelly can do the task, I'm sure no Shelly says Shericka beat the girl. Just beat her. Shericka go have vengeance in her eye. I'm gonna tell you, Shericka go win the world championship.
To be honest,
Shericka go win. Two of them. So 10-5 for the world championship and for the world record 200 meter. But see it. Shakari not ready for this because Shakari not enough for the run. Shakari run up all out. Shakari come try after if she make it through, she more likely is going to. Because they're going to make it easy for her to go through. She's going to come. She'll come. Fangle dangle, long hair, fishnet stockings, everything. I
don't know if they'll allow that in the world championships, the stocking. But I think from a mental perspective, she definitely has matured more than we've seen her in the past. Much more mature athlete. But what I noticed, since she started to win back, is she started to get back a little flary and a little hype-ish. But you know what? It's the thing about it is that it makes the sport entertaining. So I'm not mad at it.
I don't mind it, but I don't mind those others. I like it. Because when Shelly came out last year, they are in the year semifinals. To be honest, I go mad, I said, Jesus Christ. All them girls didn't even know how to reach them to Jesus.
Man.
Shelly come with that year,
yeah.
We don't want to say, say I pray for them because all them just dead right here.
I agree.
So I want to talk the film. I'm not sure go with Don Jelito. When everybody talk, hello, if Shelly and Elaine are dead, and Alfred maintain. Alfred has the NCAA is this week. It starts the 7th. So I think it's there this week is the NCAA. So
next week. Next week is
Mark.
Next week is
10-7 to this Mark. So if she isn't up to farm, then Talo will get the bronze. If Shelly and Elaine is not there. Yeah. But
as it relates to the girls, a lot of people, and this is why I always talk about them separately. Like anytime I do breakdown videos of Shelly, Shericka, or Elaine, I always talk about them separately because I'm talking about them from their strengths or their weaknesses and what I expect from them. So to be honest, like I'm hoping that all of them can turn up at their best. In the back of my mind, I know Shelly is turning up at her best. My only question mark in my brain is Elaine. And it's because I'm getting a lot of this convoluted information that I don't want to necessarily be clouding my judgment because I just want to keep hold of the olive branch to say she's returning and she's going to be doing something. I don't want to be joining the negative narrative. That's my opinion when it comes to Elaine. But if all three of them turn up 100% at the line, who takes that win? I honestly don't think I can call it because Shelly's better. Elaine, it would be better, or she's the fastest one at 10.54. So they would have to catch up to that, right? And then we have Shericka. And no, I'm saying if they turn up if all of them turn up at their best, who would I give the win? I don't even know. To be honest, I'll just be glad with that 1, 2, 3. I would just be glad with the 1, 2, 3. No, I think people probably still have a question mark, or some people probably still have a question mark in their brain as it relates to Shelley's credentials and her legendary status. Like I dubbed her last year legendary, but a lot of people don't hold that view. So if she's able to retain her title this year, then the argument done. The argument done. There's no conversation. Shericka is new into this thing and she wants it as well, right? So she wants to start building her own legacy. Then of course there's Elaine that has her. It's good when it comes to the Olympic side, but not when it comes to the World Championship side. So she wants to up her credentials there. So all of them have reasons to take away that win. All of them want it. It's just who is gonna turn up on that day and is the best athlete. And of course if we look at Shakiri, she wants it even more because she wants to prove everybody wrong that said, she would amount to nothing. So all of them have reasons. All of them have very valid reasons for wanting to win. But it's who turns up on the day. But again, I'm Jamaican, so Jamaican say all day, every day.
So I will try them cross the line same time.
If we could get something like similar to 08, from a goal perspective. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't speak them up.
Yeah. I agree.
Because to the next race now, the 100 meter men. The big race I didn't get to see because.
Why you spoil me me mood for Kasif?
No, you see the B race. The B race I didn't get to see the first
part. Oh, the Michael one. Okay. All right, go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was a really good race. Never know the backstory until you say it yesterday.
Oh yeah. So, you watched the live yesterday?
Yeah, we watched it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. No, a lot of people don't know. I don't know from many, and that is why I'm probably so good at this whole YouTube thing, is that because I watch track and field genuinely. I love track and field genuinely. For some persons, I guess on YouTube it's just from a reporting perspective, so they don't really have backstories on some of the athletes, like some of the really important stuff. Yeah, from a time perspective, you can always look that up and things like that. But some of the little defining moments in our athletes' lives, some of them just don't know. Some of them just don't know. But for me, I'm genuinely watching, genuinely loving, genuinely appreciating. From the day I've been watching track, I've just been soaking up everything. Everything.
That's why that track in Jamaica and track in general is not moving anywhere, because we don't show the fact that athlete is a person and they have gone through stuff.
Yeah.
So in football and NBA, them tell you the backstory and get a little short film.
Yeah.
10 minutes or 2 minutes of the person life. And so them reach this point. The track and field to make it 9.
It kind of reminds me of in 2004. Yeah. It reminds me of in 2004 after what's his name? His name slipped my mind. It was just on the tip of my tongue. He won the silver in the 400-meter hurdles. Danny McFarlane. Danny McFarlane said, "They never did a talk about me."
That was me. That was a child. I didn't talk about Danny
McFarlane. Danny McFarlane went on this rant and nobody never know me. You don't talk about me. And I'm talking about Jamaican people. He's talking from a Jamaican perspective. Saying nobody never did a PM no mind. For me, from that interview, I always keep it in my mind, and I'm like, I want to know what's happening with all of the athletes. I want to at least give them a highlight, give them a shout out, because I don't want it to be a case where them bust now and all of a sudden we just run in upon them and act like so we did a talk about them or know about them from before. You know what I mean? So I'll never forget that moment. I'll never forget it. It's kind of hilarious too when I think back. That nobody never did a chat about him.
Yeah, I remember that thing. So it was a good race. She's by the PB. Proud of him. To the final race now.
But I think it's probably 10:07 because I heard him saying equal PB, but then I was looking at it and it never said PB, so I'm assuming it's probably like a 10:07 is his personal best.
Okay, but it's near there, so it's almost a trial, so you can probably run a max 9 and 9 low.
I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking a 10 flat. I'm thinking I don't want to push it. I don't want to push it. Sometimes I see good things happening and we just start pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Consistency for me is the biggest thing. So if you can be consistent in this, then sure.
Please meet and do an next 10-1.
Yeah, or 10 low, 10 or something. Yeah, just stay in that range. Just once it's consistently there, then it's just a matter of time before you dip below that that 10-second barrier. All right, so Cassie, boy, 11 o'clock now.
It's over now. So.
Oh, you see, it's late. It's late. So, huh? You know, work, come on in. I'm a female. Remember, the females have all the things to do. Them have all the things to do around their yard. They not stop work.
That's the point of the 200 meter with no Lyles. Perfect. Oh my God, I saw the race them for nice every time. No, feeling for the crowd and the crowd giving the fuel for run.
I can't believe he was worried. I can't believe he was worried about being booed. I'm like, Noah, what have you been watching? You see, that's the difference with the keyboard warrior Jamaicans that stay online and cuss people all day, every day. Those are not the people that turn up and watch the events, you know. You just have some like a bad broke people who stay online and cuss off people.
Then get washed up by the rain, man. That's where.
No, so them the people that turn up. I don't recall an athlete getting booed. I don't lie. Probably Justin Gatlin. No, I think back in the day, I remember Justin Gatlin getting booed. I think Justin Gatlin didn't get booed one time, you know. Yeah, man, I think Justin get. Oh, who? Who else? Uh-huh.
The Turbo would come and get booed to me.
No, sir. The toy.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, Jamaican so bad, bro. But I'm hoping that never happens again because it's definitely not a good look. And we genuinely enjoy tracks, so yeah, that should not be the case. I see them in the comment section talking about our national stadium. Lord, it's true. The stadium never looks so good at all. Not looking so good at all. Only if you go attack on the government can't find money for everything else.
Government refuses to fix infrastructure that has been there since over 60 years.
Again, may I go say no government? When it comes to politics, I'm not a Jamaican, so I like to say uno.
Yeah, Uno.
When it comes to politics, I get annoyed. So I like to just disassociate myself from anything political. So I'll be like, listen, uno government need to do something because they can't find money for everything else, but they can't find money to do what needs to be done. I can't be bothered. It's embarrassing. When we look on this piece of stadium, me say then Jamaica, the track and field mecca, and I want like a dega stadium and we can't fix it up. No, sir. It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
It is atrocious.
It's not a good look. And you know what the government are wait plan free money. Them are wait for somebody can donate some money. Can donate some money to fix it. That's that them are wait plan.
And the blue check was a donation from a European company to both.
Everything a donation. But my thing is, what is our taxpayers' dollars doing? If everything in them are people have here donate for do, then what would taxpayers' dollars do?
Paying for them.
I don't know if it's
right.
Paying for which lights? JPS?
Stadium.
No. Remember said stadium is owned by independent whatever the name.
The government owned in third own part of independent. I don't know.
It's not the government runs the stadium. It's I don't remember the name. Independent Park something and limited or something. Unless the government owns that. Those are the people that run it. Look here. The government needs to do something, but the stadium must stop embarrassing me. Yeah, it independent. Somebody said it. Independent Sparks Limited. Yeah, those are the people that run the stadium. So I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. But the stadium are the one like something to take shame out of we eye, and they don't want to. And they don't want to do it.
They want to fix something that you use your cards. It's affecting them.
Here, I don't want to get into politics too much, but let me tell you something. Mandeville Hospital Mandeville Hospital has been the hospital that serves most parishes surrounding it because it's central. St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, of course, Manchester. People from St. Catherine, maybe St. Anne. You know, a lot of people come to Mandeville Hospital. My mother told me recently that she stopped by that hospital. And if you ever see how the hospital brought down, the one little hospital and the one little central location serving so many places and people. Look, so I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe. She said, you're not even, when you're going to Mandeville Hospital, you're not even want to sit down to how it, and you know how hospitals tend to carry a smell sometimes. You don't even want to sit down to how the hospitals smell and look. I'm like, really? The good Mandeville Hospital? All right. You know what? Let me not talk. Me no like getting into politics because as I say, politics annoy me.
Good news, April so mean. Those people really come out, and I wish they had more anything about the tweets like pyrotechnics and like.
You know what we should do, as you mentioned, in people coming out, we should get together like on one of these times when we know a meet is coming up, and we plan on to make all our truckies show up. Yes, that would be fun. Last time I've been to, let me tell you, last time I've been, it's what is it called? My sister was still in high school, and I went to Champs. A good while now. But when I was in Kingston, because I used to live and work in Kingston, I had a sister that worked, that taught, sorry, at Kingston College. She taught math at Kingston College. She's not migrated. But yeah, me used to force her, because she not like track and field. So me used to force her and holler. And me and her used to go to stadium and watch champs. But yeah. Say that again?
Perfect. It was the first year I went to Champs.
This is the what?
This was the first year I went to Champs.
This is the first year. Oh no, I haven't been in a few years. But yeah, I want to get back into going and stuff. It's just like being in Manchester. It's like it to me it's like a chore. And because I'm an introvert as well, I'm not one of those extroverted people. I'm an introvert as well, so it's hard to take up myself and say, let me go to Champs or let me go into town. But now I'm thinking that if we plan up and meet up as trackies and just have fun and just support the meet them, I don't know. I think that's a good look. I think it's a good look.
Show's going to be fire.
Chaz is going to be fire. Want to hear that track is in the chat? Let's make a date. Let's all meet up at trials and have fun. Just let me see if nobody in the comment section I got agree because on the love run off anytime I'm gonna put on his spot. I don't see nobody agreeing. I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna live on you. I'm gonna live on your house cases until you agree. I'm gonna become a tick in your side. Huh? Yeah, it was a great meal.
Look, it's come up and more. It's come out. So yes, it's a good meal.
Yeah.
I'm proud of everybody.
I enjoyed it. I had to get over my home because on the last stream I was very miserable. I was wholly annoyed. Like I was wholly annoyed, but I tried to just drop that from my brain. And even when the meet started, I heard a lot of people dropping out, and I was just like, okay, flush it out, flush it out, flush it out. And I'm glad I did because it allowed me to really enjoy the meet.
Yeah, persons who weren't there, witness, my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, they're lost. They're lost. All right, so Kasif, at 11:20 now, me, I'll go I don't think I'm taking any more calls because see, Errol are telling me good night. So I won't be taking any more calls. We're just gonna wrap up this stream and we're just gonna sign off and that would be it. So thank you. I don't know if I don't think I'm doing any live tomorrow. No, I don't think I am. I think when is the next time? I don't know. I think I'll probably come on before NCAAs and talk about that a little bit. And then I save my lives. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save my lives for Saturday nights or Sundays, depending on how the meeting schedules. And then at that point in time, we can do live call-ins I'm gonna save. I'm definitely gonna be doing it on the weekend for sure. And then during the week, I'll see how the meets are going and if I need to turn up for a live at that point. Yeah. No, you thank you. No, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And this is for me. This is bonding. Getting to know, because for me it's not just about coming on YouTube talking to telling y'all updates about stuff. I want to grow, I want to learn. There's a lot I don't know about track and field, so I try to soak up as much as I can through interactions with people. That's why I'm always in the comment section. I don't know if you see me in the comment section. I'm always in the comment section cussing. So it makes me learn, so I really appreciate it. So thanks for the call. All right, bye, take care. All right, so trackies, Kasif called. I hope that was caught on the recording for the most part, because the last time when I rewatched, even though persons were telling me they were able to hear Arch A, I wasn't able to hear him much on the recording. So all of that just went down the drain. So I'm hoping you guys Michaela, I mean, yeah, you cuss a lot. You're supposed to say, no, T, you're very lovely. I'm passionate. When it comes to track and field, I'm very no. It's not just track and field. In life, I'm just passionate. Good night, Lambo. All right. So, trackies, this is it. I really enjoyed the live stream tonight. I had fun. It was exciting. I had fun watching the meet. I got very emotional. As you know, as I said, I'm Bali. So I cried a few times as well. I'm gonna chop up a few bits of this video and post it. Um, I guess maybe tomorrow morning I'll post short snippets of what happened tonight. But yeah, that's it for now. You'll catch me during the week. During the week, I know I want to talk about the NCAAs. If there's anything that just randomly pops up, oh, trackies, Lord God, before you go, let me just quickly mention this. And the reason I want to mention it is because if nothing come out in the future, I will not hear me talk about it. So they said, allegedly, a high-profile female athlete has tested positive. Now, as a Jamaican, I can count on my hand how much athlete is considered high-profile. Let me try to find the exact tweet. So they said the source says that a high-profile female Jamaican athlete tested positive. And rumor is that if the athlete cannot appeal, then the athlete will retire. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. Track is, hear me say. You see this Astoria? When me hear my heartstring nearly pop, because I can only think again a handful of high profile female athletes, right? And then when I start counting on my hand the female athletes that we haven't seen, my mind start run away. So here what? If in the event this comes out to be any of our biggest athletes, una not hear from me, una not see me for a while, because my proper mind I go lose, right? I'm not gonna be reporting on it. I'm not gonna have no opinion on it. Me just not gonna talk about it because my mind I go shut, and my mind is gonna be blown. So if this turns out to be true, trackies, and you don't hear me talk about it, don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. Because me not talk about it because I take this track thing seriously and I love my Jamaicans. But yeah. But anyway, that's it. That's it for today. That is it for today. Again, thanks so much for joining. I hope you guys went on over and subscribed to the channel. It takes nothing for you to go over there and subscribe. Chackies, help me get to 1,000 subscribers now. 20,000 now on subscribe. As a matter of fact, 21,000 subscribers is on this channel. Ono can head over and subscribe. Also, I hope you guys like the stream as well. And also, I hope you all dropped a little penny in my kitty. Wait, that sounds weird. Sorry. I mean, what should I say? I don't think I can come back from that. I'm gonna go. Bye. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I had fun. See you next week.